Here are 3 different food bases that I've built in 99 Nights in the Forest. Starting out with the base that I built where I had to eat nothing but carrots pretty much, where I eventually got the vegetarian badge. Then the ultimate food base where I built the entire base around food and made a really nice restaurant. And lastly, the biggest food base which took me almost 10 hours to build. So let's get into it. Today, we're going to be beating 99 Nights in the Forest vegetarian style. There's an achievement that I still have yet to get, and it's to survive 99 days without eating any meat. So, let's get into it. So my goal is to both beat this in under 90 minutes and do it only eating vegetables. We can't eat any meat. Now we can still kill animals, for example, if we want to save the kids, but we can't eat any meat. Oh, yo, big building. Is this normal? Oh, dude, let me get a big sack out of this chest. That's all I need right now. Thank you. Let's go. All right, there's a wolf in here. Yeah, right there. Is there a chest? What is that, a radio? I'll take that. Got another house right next to this house. I can go find the first kid by now, I'm assuming. Let me see, where is he at? 353 meters that way. Yep, there he is, right there. We're about to get the first kid day 1, maybe the second kid? I don't know, it's gonna be hard. Remember, we can't eat any of these wolves. Not even one. There we go. Get the key. That is literally all I'm taking out of this. Boom. Get the kid. There's a chest in here as well. Dude, let there be the axe. The axe. Come on. The axe. Yes. Oh, dude, this is about to be the best run ever. I might just get this done first try. We have the good axe. We have the good sack. We have the first kid all by night 1. Hey, back up. Yeah, so I thought you disappear out of existence. So we are running a little bit low on hunger, but I'll show you what I'm going to do to negate that, because although it is hard to eat only vegetables, we can get a really good food source out of this. So we're going to make a farm plot and a map. First make the map, then the farm plot. This is going to be our main source of food. Carrots will grow out of this, I think, once a day, maybe twice a day, I'm not sure. But that is how we're going to get all of our food and hopefully survive the full 99 nights. For the map, we're going to put that right next to the campfire. Next kid, is he nearby? 800 meters. Okay, we're probably not going to be able to find them unless we expand the map. So let's do that. All right, we can make a couple more farm plots. And right here. Perfect. So I'm going to go searching for some more food now. I'm just going to have to scavenge carrots. Oh, dude. It's another big house. There's 2 in just this tiny area. Oh, there's a wolf in there. I saw that. Oh, no, he's right there. Oh, I'm stuck on the door. Yo, leave me alone, fat. All right. Yeah, I need that. Come this way. Come on. Come on. Come on, we're both gonna die to the deer. All right, let me get some carrots. I need some of my carrots to start growing. They haven't yet. What the what? Dude, you never pop up on day 3. I've never seen that. You stay back. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. All right, level 4 fire. That's what we need. Carrots are now growing in our farm plots, so we'll go ahead and eat these up. And just for your guys' information, because I wish someone had told this to me, you just put the farm plots down and they just grow their own food. You don't have to put seeds in them. You don't put nothing. I was so confused when every time I'd pick up a seed box, it would say that seeds were planted around the map, which, I mean, they do, but these farm plots, they just grow on their own. All right, we've got 6 farm plots in total. This is a good thing. I guess we're gonna have to explore more of the map. I'm gonna do it at nighttime. Why not? This is another house. Dude, how many of these big houses am I going to find? Are these common? Oh, there's a good chest in there. All right, come on. Come on, Fido. Come on. We're going for a walk. Come on. Out. Out. Good boy. All right, there's got to be something good in here. Still don't hear the deer coming after me, so we should be good. Yeah. Okay, we're on day 7 now. And we got a ton of carrots growing. Perfect. Oh, let's go. This is perfect. Literally my buffet. Hey, okay, I just ate a piece of cake. I really hope that doesn't count as meat. It shouldn't. All right, first wave enemies. It's not even 4 of them that come. It's always 2 of them that come on the first wave. All right, take them out bit by bit. There we go. Oh, look at this. Beautiful rain on my beautiful crops. I will happily take all of that. Don't even need to eat them all. This is perfect. I'd rather be a vegetarian. No, I wouldn't. All right, let's upgrade this crafting bench finally. We can get some other stuff. We have the map. We are going to place down that good bed and the old bed. Perfect. Sundial we'll put behind the map. All right, we have a lot more going now. We can now see the time. Wait, it tells me how often these things grow. Grows carrots automatically every 2 days. Okay, if I just read that, I would have been fine. So every 2 days, I get more. Let's place some more down right here. There we go. Eat a few of these. I really need to get a better gun. So I think we're going to go to this side of the map Put down the boost pad. Put it, I don't know, next to the bed. And we are gone. We need to explore more of the south map here. Okay. Might be able to upgrade our fire here. Close. Very close. I'm gonna go get some wood to do that. All right, this should be enough. There we go. All right, we're gonna go way south now. Trying to get the best loot. If I get a rifle, we can instantly go to the second kid's location. Okay, this is where there starts to be traps around here. So I gotta be ultra careful. There is a house. No wolves around, I don't think. Another bandage too. Oh, what is... Nah. Please tell me there's another entrance. Oh, come on. An oil barrel? No chance. And rifle ammo? Dude, another oil barrel? Dude, if I get a rifle out of this chest, it's GG. Oh, I thought that was rifle ammo. We got a barn over here. Nice chest in it too. Give me a strong axe. The rifle! Exactly what I... Okay, all right. We're gonna go get the second kid. I'd be so careful for traps. If you have like 2 or 3 wolves on you and you fall into a trap, it's game over. The traps slow you down. Yeah, there's one wolf already. There's a very interesting looking wolf. We might be able to upgrade our fire with all of this. Fire fully upgraded already. Oh, is this meat? Oh, so unorganic. Oh, dude, I don't even want to touch it to get this out of here. I'm so sorry, my sweet carrots. Here, I'll eat you to make you feel better. I'll eat the ones closer to the meat because they had to deal with the problem. So disgusting, dude. People who eat meat, I don't even get what they do. Gonna check where the kid's location is again. Behind us to the left that way. So we're gonna go that way right now. It's about to be daytime anyway. Okay, it's a good chest in there. I kind of want that. And the med kit and like 5,000 bandages. There's 1, 2, and there's 3. Oh, diamond. Actually, I will take that. I'm so confused where this kid is, man. This kid is actually playing hide and seek. Is that another... Bro. Okay, it has not the best chest, but it has a very good chest, so I can snipe them through the window here. Got a few kills on these guys. I have so many heals. It's disgusting. I mean, a church is literally a place you go to get healed. I'm gonna check where this kid's location is again, because I don't believe it. I mean, wait. There's pictures on here. Oh, no. Interesting. I didn't even know that there was a thing. So we know it was the deer who took them. That's for sure. There it is. Oh, that was a perfect vantage point. This is literally perfect. Of course, there's a second one over here. Dude, this is blue collar only, okay? I don't want any white collar jobs over here. No way, dude. There we go. Get this in the thing. Get this in the thing. And there we go. Okay. Got the second kid. All right. Set up camp. Perfect. Oh, wait, what? There's a... Okay, cool. We got the next location for the next kid. And we got a really good chest right here with more rifle ammo. Maybe I'll be able to take out the 2 bears. It's only 2 of them. Okay, I can snipe the bears from up here. First bear taken down. I have no idea what to do to kill it. I'm just gonna hit it and I'm gonna keep bandaging. I mean, this is just weird, dude. The kid's blocks only have 3 on it. Maybe that means he's 3 years old. That's weird. That might mean something. Or maybe it means it's the 3rd kid. I'm gonna check the 4th kid's room and see what that says. I want to buy an ammo crate. That's what I need. I can get the next crafting bench. I just need wood. So wood and 1 more cultist gem. All right, get the crafting bench. Perfect. You know, I'm gonna go home. I don't want to risk this run. It is day 36, so the deer is probably gonna come on us immediately. Just out of nowhere. Bam, 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 bam. Yep. What I talk about it. There's the bam, bam, bam. Still only eating carrots as well. I think this is really all I need. I have like excess of food. Where's the 3rd kid's tent? Wait, where's the 3rd kid's tent? Did he not find it? This is because the blue one and the pink one, but where is the 3rd tent? What I have a homeless child on my hands? I'm gonna go towards the 4th kid's location. I want to find it. I can find some loot around it. Let's see. Okay, it's like straight back this way. So we're gonna boost pad. No way. I found the rifle and a red chest. Yes! This is exactly... Oh, found where the 2nd kid is. I mean, the 4th kid. Dude, I got the chainsaw. We're chilling. I can get all the wood I need. Look. Bam, bam, done. We can also get the big trees. Although it takes some time, it'll knock it clean over. There we go. Ton of logs. I'm gonna stay towards this corner. Hey, is this where you're living? Is this why there's not a 3rd tent? You live in the bush now? You having fun there? Oh, what's up, buddy? Done. Give me that gem and let's make that ammo crate. And now we're gonna make all the bullets we need. and go save the 4th kid. It seems like enough. All right, so I'm gonna just snipe them from above, and there's like 6 of them, so it should be... What? Huh? No, don't tell me I lost it. Don't tell me I lost it. Is it here? It should be here. Yeah, okay, there it is. Okay, we're good. The same thing, go over here. Maybe I can snipe this one from afar. Bro does not know how to walk. Yo, stop turning your back on me, my G. There you go. Ooh, bear pelt. I might need to trade that. Oh, wow. I guess bears really can climb trees. There we go. Another bear pelt. I guess I won't even need that. All right, all 4 kids. Yeah, look. This one only has 4 on his block. So the deer knows what kids he kidnapped. So maybe this kid's like the most important kid. I'm just gonna get a ton of wood. Hey, you stay back. You don't even touch me. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. You don't touch me. So annoying people nowadays. Oh, no way you came at me that fast, fam. I'm not done picking these things up. I said I'm not done. That's what I thought. Even Thor wants you to stop. All right, we just got the alpha wolf pelt and the regular wolf pelt. We already have bear pelt. We're about to get a ton of trades from the pelt trader. There you go, sir. Other body good axe. I literally need none of these. I'm just going to go with the good axe so you don't give me anything I don't need. I forgot what the bear pelt could give me. All right, sir. Here's your bear pelt. I don't even need any of this. That was worthless. Oh, no way. Oh, no way. Dude, get up, bro. This ain't Beyblade. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm never going out at night again. You stay out there, man. All right. We are on day 83, and I think I have enough carrots to make it to day 99. Just gonna eat a few. Don't want to eat too many. Got a ration around here. I have to get the next bed, or else I'm not going to make it to day 99 next. I'm going to make it to day 98. And then I don't think I'm going to beat it in under 90 minutes. Get 30 scrap. Dude, I actually might not have the time to get this bed. I need to go find enough scrap. I only need 4, but I only have a minute and then the night, which is about a minute and a half. Okay, anything in here? Perfect. That's exactly how much I need. All right, got enough scrap. Get the bed. Place it down, and that will be day 99 after this night. I have a minute and 9 seconds left till we hit that day 99, and I think we should be just barely, like I mean so barely under 90 minutes. This looks beautiful, man. This is my food source here. There we go. Give me that day 99. Why it taking so long? What is this, Twilight? Why didn't I get my achievement? No. Hey. That's day 99. Day 98? I thought it would be 1 day plus the... What am I missing? Wait. Are there only 3 beds? That's anticlimactic. 17 more seconds. There's no meat. Well, there's a bunny. Oh, dude. Look at the cook. Oh, dude. It's so delectable. It looks so edible. No. There we go. Vegetarian reward. Beat it in 93:56. All my carrots look beautiful. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you want to see more content about 99 Nights in the Forest. Today, I'm gonna be building the ultimate food base in 99 Nights in the Forest. Right now, I'm playing as the cook class, which I've never done before, but it gives us some seasoning. So pretty much all the food that we get, we'll be able to get even more hunger from it, and make a food item that you can't get without it. And apparently I can't get any wood. Yo, what? Okay, I finally got some wood. No idea. I think I was lagging. Alright, what is that? Alright, well, I gotta fix this lag. Okay, the lag should be fixed, and we now have fire level 4. I'm also gonna get us a map and a farm plot for food. Place a farm plot off to the side right here, and the map always goes next to a crafting bench. We can also get the regular bed and the sundial. Also just got the bunny foot, which means I can get the good sack from the trader, and now I have the good sack and axe. But as for building the ultimate food base, we're gonna need a ton of farm plots. So we're gonna need to get a lot of wood, which when we chop down the trees, we're also gonna save our saplings to build a tree wall around our base. I'm also gonna want to go collect a bunch of cake, because that's one of the best food items in the game with how it gives you food and health. And we're definitely gonna need the crock pot as well. So let me first start with getting the crock pot. I think I can also get the first kid while we do that as well. There we go. Alright, he's back home safe, and we have a ton of food now, but I still need to go get some scrap for the crock pot. There we go. We got our first piece of cake. We're going to put that in our bag. Don't want to eat it yet. We're going to save that probably for the very end. We also got a second piece in here. Got the spear as well. Definitely going to be needing that. All right, let's set the cake off to the side. Maybe I could even make the full cake. Like take all the pieces and make a giant circle of what the original cake looked like. But now I just need some wood. And I think we should have enough for the crock pot. Maybe just a little more scrap and then we'll be good. All right, we need the crafting bench 3. And now I just need 11 more wood. There we go. Now we have enough for the crock pot. So I'm going to take all the carrots we have, make some stew, and I'm hoping I can show you guys the hearty stew. Because this, I think, will be the first time I've ever seen it. We should be able to get it because it's a 25% chance and I have enough carrots for 4 stews. Not the second one. Not the third one. We have 1 chance left. Not the 4th one either. So I guess we'll have to wait till we can get the hearty stew when we get more carrots. But for now, I'm interested to see, does the seasoning work on the stew? I think it does. It seems to be. Yeah, it's glowing now. Okay. So that should give me even more food. Oh yeah, that was way more food. Interesting. I wonder how much extra the seasoning really gives you. Either way, we have a ton of food now. But the aliens are also here, so let's go get the alien mothership. I also do want a ray gun. Oh, this is perfect. I want to collect these too. The meat sandwiches, or question mark meat sandwiches. That way we can have even more food in our base. We also did just get the ray gun. Furniture trader's in town as well. Good evening, my good sir. We only have 15 coins. I guess I'll take the fairy lights double. Oh, this is perfect. We're gonna get some bandages in here and another cake. If I can get it. I don't want to die. I gotta be careful. These guys will hit pretty hard, especially the guy with the mace. Dude, I'm taking a bandage. Okay, now we're good. Should be fine, even if they hit me. There we go. Oh, wait. Second kid's right here. I didn't even realize that. All right, why are there 2 alpha wolves in here, man? Gotta take another bandage. Can use my revolver. Why? Seriously, why are there alpha wolves in there? What? How'd they even get in there? Yo, why are there so many out here, man? Okay, I'm gonna take a loop around like this, and then gonna have to grab the bandage and the cake really fast. Chest 2, I think. I don't see the wolves coming in here. Oh, it's just a good axe. But I will be glad for the cake and the extra bandages because I kind of did just use my 2 bandages. There we go. Just got a rifle as well. That'll help us because we do have a raid going on at the base right now. Also, I do want to mention this in the video. Thank you guys so much for the support on the videos. Genuinely reading the comments because I read a decent amount of them. It's been a pretty good experience hearing that all you guys like these videos, and I'm just glad I can make them for you guys. So I appreciate you guys a ton and definitely gonna keep making videos. I think my Wi-Fi, I tried to upgrade it. I think I should be good. I have disconnected in so many videos. It's insane. So now I should be able to make way more. All right, we got our meat sandwich. So we're going to keep our rarer food items over here. We have another piece of cake. So we're going to put that there. We also have more carrots. So I'm going to see if I can get the hearty stew or not. I'm also going to drop the stew that I do have so that I can use the seasoning on it. All right, that's good. I wonder how much food it gives you. Quite a lot. I think that's a little bit more than half. Still only getting the stews though. I should be able to get hearty stew. Maybe I'm just getting unlucky right now. There it is, hearty stew. I wonder how much this thing gives you. Gonna put some seasoning on that. I seriously have enough food for probably the next 5 days in this game. Maybe like 3 days to be realistic, but the seasoning helps a lot. And the hearty stew, I have no idea how much that gives. But now that we have the crock pot and farm plots working, we're gonna go to more of the alien ships and even try to get into the mothership just so that we can get more meat sandwiches and get as many as the game even has. Because the only place to really find them is with the aliens, and if we loot these 2 ships and the mothership, we'll have literally every single one in the game. So I found the one that takes us to the mothership. We're gonna take out these 2 aliens, or I think just one. The other guy's too far away. Yeah, I don't even need to bother him. Take this scrap and the laser sword and let's go. All right, we just cleared the first 2 rooms. I'm gonna have to run in the 3rd room, open the chest, and then the rest of the aliens will spawn. Oh, I don't see a meat sandwich. I don't see one on the shelf over there. I think I might only get 1 meat sandwich. Did get the laser cannon though. But we have our last guy right here. There we go. I'm gonna take all this scrap 100%, but there is no meat sandwich. I might be able to get one at the last ship, but other than that, we might only get 1. I think that would make it the rarest food item in the game. A seasoned meat sandwich, probably the rarest item in the game. Because cakes, you can get a lot of those, but the meat sandwiches are pretty limited. We also found the stronghold. That is good. But now that my hunger is at almost 0, I'm gonna see what a seasoned hearty stew can give you. you. Okay, that's maybe like 2/3, 75% around that of your entire food bar. So that's pretty good. But now let's check our last alien ship here. Nothing. We didn't get one. Did get a laser cannon though. That's kind of crazy. But we didn't get any other meat sandwiches, which means there's only one in the entire game right now. So let's loot this stronghold really quick. I do want to get the chainsaw, and hopefully with the chainsaw we should be able to get a ton of saplings for a wall around our base. All right, that's first floor done, second floor done, and this is the last guy. There we go. Barely have any health left. Okay, not bad. Wanted the chainsaw, but the attack is always useful. All right, so this is officially the rarest food item in our game, so we're not gonna eat that. Maybe at the very end I'll eat it, but for right now this thing will be protected. Going on top of it. Going right there. You know what? Now that I have a bunch of food, I'm gonna take the biofuel processor and we could use carrots in it to get our fuel up to the next level. I'm also gonna place down some more farm plots because for the ultimate food base, you need all 20 farm plots. 100%. Furniture trader is in town now, and now that I have a lot of coins, should be able to get some good stuff. Yeah, I think I can get everything. Wooden stools are good. Some hedgerows as well. Still got 25 coins left over. Now I just need to get a ton of fuel for the fire, and that way I'll be able to loot further out, which should give me the strong axe soon, and then we can really build our tree wall. But then we can also use it to build our farm plots because we're gonna need a lot of wood. And speaking of that, I'm hoping I get the chainsaw out of here. This was a really good find. Maybe we'll get it. Another tack. Can't even pick it up. Oh, no way. I see 2 pieces of cake on the inside through the windows. There's one right here. Then the other one is past this wolf here. There we go. Now I have 6 pieces of cake in total. All right, this should be fire level 5. There we go. Also gonna make some more farm plots. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make the next 2 beds. Definitely gonna need those. There we go. We got the strong axe. Definitely gonna need that. I'm also trying to get some fuel because we're gonna need that for the next fire, which should be the last one. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh no, this dude's running Mach 12 and I just ran out of battery. Get him stuck on this tree maybe? Oh no, he's coming at me. This could be bad. I don't see any fireflies neither. Oh, he's gonna get another hit. We should be good though. We made it back to base. Barely. Did get a bunch of stuff too. I should be able to get the next fire pretty easy. Yeah, look at all this stuff that I have. See if we can get it. There we go. Also did get 4 more pieces of cake, which was pretty crazy, honestly. I don't remember seeing this much cake in game, especially not like this. I think we might have enough, maybe 1 or 2 more pieces and we can build the full cake. But before doing that, now that we have access to all 4 kids, we're gonna go find them. All right, got the second key and the second kid. Third kid is nearby as well, so we're gonna head over there and get both kids at the same time. And we got the third kid as well. Now I have no idea where the 4th kid is, so we're gonna have to go back to base and then look on the map, or actually we'll have to use a compass instead. All right, let's put the second kid down here, kind of over the furniture, but that's fine. And the third kid right here. There we go. Furniture trader's back today. I think I'm just gonna buy out the whole stock. Yep, still got about 50 coins left over too. But now we're gonna go get the 4th kid. Might not have enough time, but we'll see. Laser cannon should do a lot of damage. There it is. Wait, what? Why are there only 4 of them? There's only 4 of them now. I mean, I'll take it. That'll be easier for me, but sometimes it seems like the dungeons don't have as many animals as they're supposed to. I think I might be able to do this in time. There we go. Now I have to run all the way back to the base because we got 20 seconds till nighttime. Oh wait, the timer was off. It's already nighttime, but I should be good. All right, we're safe, and the 4th kid is safe as well. But now that we have the max level fire, I do want to go and loot at the farthest side of the map, or at least as far as you can get on the map. That way I should be able to find more cakes. That's what I'm hoping for. Found a little compound out here. This should have some cakes, or at least there's a good chance. But there we go. That's the whole base cleared. Now we can see if we can find any cake. There's a good chance, I think, of one being in here. Not there. Not there. Okay. All right, we didn't get any cake this night, so I'm gonna get some saplings while we wait for daytime. Then I might go loot a couple more times, and then we're really gonna make this base nice, because I'm gonna get a bunch of wood from this, put it into the crafting bench, and then I'm gonna make a whole ton of farm plots, and maybe even all of them. I'm definitely gonna make all of them, but for right now, not 100% sure. All right, we're gonna add one to right here. Then we're gonna put another one right here. Then we're gonna make as many stews as possible. I wish you could make more than one crock pot too. And then while that's cooking, we're gonna go get some more loot. That's interesting. I think I just found a safe spot from the deer and from the wolf. Might have to use that one of these days. All right, we're on day 72 now. Furniture trader's back in town. We have a bunch of saplings, and I'm also making as much stew as possible. So this base is coming together very nice, but we still do have a lot ahead of us. Well, that was a little not careful when looting some trees, so we're gonna try to not spend Robux anymore. All right, I've done a little bit of gathering some stuff. We now have almost 100 wood, 200 scrap, saplings, probably enough for the wall, and this wood, we're gonna use that to build all of the last of the farm plot. Oh, and look at that, perfectly on day 99 too. Beat it in 89 minutes. So let's place the last of these, and then we'll go hit up the furniture trader. All right, let's see what he's got. Let me grab these though. We got 95 coins. You got 3 lavenders, purple chairs, signposts, camping chairs, and 5 wooden chairs. I do want that. All right, we do have a bunch of stuff now. We have the max amount of farm plots. Definitely gonna move these. This is not the final location. Tons of furniture, defense blueprints, so many saplings that if I pick it up, it lags my game. And we're gonna see just how nice of a base we can make for all this food. So the first thing I want to do is get the wall done, because with that, we can see what we're working with. All right, I'm noticing a little issue. We're gonna have to go around this lake, kind of like this, just because we can't really plant on there. I'm also gonna have to go a little bit in right here to avoid this little square. I do think I'm gonna need to get more saplings though, because so far I only have 13 left and we're maybe halfway done, it seems. All right, there we go. We got a decent outline so far. I want to just wrap around these farm plots, and then it should finish somewhere around here. So I kind of see how I want to make this, but it's definitely gonna take a lot more saplings, so we're gonna go get that. All right, I need maybe 10 more saplings just to be safe, and the wall is complete. Oh wait, there's some right here. This actually might be enough. Yep, that is enough. There we go. The wall is now complete. It's not perfect, but it is pretty big for this base. So now let's plant it. All right, I'm also gonna buy the oil drill because I am getting kind of low on fuel here. There we go. But now let's plant this. I think I put it all in the right spot so that there shouldn't be any giant gaps, but if there are, we'll fix it, and they should all be plantable. But while I wait for these to plant, I'm gonna go get more saplings because there probably will be some things that I need to fix. And there we go. The whole thing is now planted. Now I'm gonna go get some more saplings. We also have a little bit of food, probably enough for the next couple minutes or so. Probably gonna make some more just so that we have some storage, you know, some food in case we run low. All right, so the wall is not 100% done, but it is in the sapling form where you can't walk through it. And so I think our base is protected right now. Yo, they're jumping over the trees. That's a little alarming, but I guess we'll have to see what happens when the trees are fully grown. We also do have a pile of extra saplings just in case. I think I filled in most of the gaps, but we'll see when it fully grows. There we go. Okay, I see a few gaps definitely right here. If they're small, it doesn't matter too much, but there are some big gaps that I do want to get rid of. Like right here, we'll put a few trees like this to cover that up. Right here. All right, most of the gaps should be filled in where I don't think anyone should be able to get in after that, but there might be 1 or 2 gaps more. We'll just have to see what happens. Looks good. But that is the base so far. We have a huge tree wall, always looks very nice. And now we have to absolutely make this the best base in the game with all this furniture and all this farm plots, which sadly doesn't make you that much food. So I might have to figure out a way to get enough stew. I don't know. The game doesn't really give you a way to do that, so that sucks. I'm gonna try to drop all of my items, and then I'm gonna pick up all this stew and move it somewhere else. All right, there we go. Now I have to sort it as well. So we're gonna put it behind the tents. We're gonna drop all the stew in one pile and then all the hearty stew in another pile. All right, there we go. We got that sorted for right now. We will put them in a more neat place later, but this is what we got right now. We got a whole pile of stew that defies physics. I mean, usually my soup spills when it's sideways, but I guess not for here. We're also gonna take this cake and the meat sandwich and put them with the rest of the food just off to the side for right now. Then we're gonna have to pick up all these carrots from the farm plots, which that's kind of gonna suck. What in the world? Where's my hammer? Do I not? Oh, I don't even have a hammer yet. I need to go get that. But to do that, we also need a wall or a door, which we're gonna have, I guess, right here is kind of nice. Not bad. Furniture trader is also back in town, kind of near where the anvil is, so not too big of a detour. There we go. Bought everything from him. Now let's go make our hammer, which we'll need these logs for. Oh, wait, I don't even have any weapons. I didn't bring my weapons with me. I might have to just use my axe. See if this will work. I mean, it has a decent reach, I guess. Not bad. Hold up. This is actually not that hard. Yeah, there we go. They only hit me once. Now we got to build the anvil. Another piece of cake. We'll take that. But now let's actually craft the hammer. Put the stuff down here. There we go. All right. We're about to get raided too. So I'm going to build all the bear traps traps we can get and put them kind of around the entrance just like this, just so that'll be a little bit easier. There we go. See how that works. Actually, you know what? Let me move this one right here. All right, bear traps are working. Try to lead them through the right. Oh, I don't even have a gun on me. I need to pick that up. All right, that wasn't too bad. That was a lot easier than normal. All right, now let's pick up all these. We can just pick up the farm plots and the carrots fall on their own, but we'll have to pick up those too. Wait a second. I think I have the perfect idea for what I want to do. I genuinely think because we have so many farm plots, I'm going to make a more interesting design that I haven't made before. I don't think so. See if it'll fit back here. It should fit. Okay, it's going to be a little cramped. You know what? This idea is not going to work. I don't think we have the space for it. So we're going to have to do something else. But for now, I'm going to pick up all these carrots. All right, so we got all our farm plots planted. Not the most beautiful thing in the world, but we do have the max amount. So we kind of have to cram them back here. And now I'm going to sort all of my furniture to see what we can actually use on the farm. All right, so we have all these. Now I got to figure out how to make it all fit. So we're going to start by building our trellises near here, near the entrance. Then we're going to take our hedgerows and kind of come down like this. Make a curved one right here. Can make a little intersection one right here because that'll fit. That's looking pretty nice. Gonna put another curved one right here. So now we have our farm, but I do want to make this look really nice. So we're gonna have the fences kind of come out this way. Oh wait, I know exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna come out this way like this, and then we're gonna come back in right here, and we'll finish this off with hedgerows. Has to be the intersection ones though, because I don't have any straight ones. And then we will use this as probably one of the best storage rooms you've ever seen in your entire life. Gonna pick up this one fence right here, just so we have a way in. Gonna expand this side a little bit, and there we go. We have our outline for what is gonna be one of the best places you can visit. We're gonna put a whole bunch of storage back here for all of the food that we're gonna be serving at our brand new restaurant that serves something more than carrots. I know it's hard to believe, but we're gonna serve more than just carrots. All right, that seems to be good. We have all this storage back here, but because we want to show our customers the best up front, we're gonna take our cake and our meat sandwich and have that displayed at the very front. But before we display the cake, I'm very curious to see if we actually can make a full cake out of all this. So I'm wondering how I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to go like, oh, this is gonna be hard. I don't even know where this lands. All right, this ain't happening. This just ain't happening, chief. We're just gonna have these as slices, but we're gonna have this on display. Top shelf only though, so we need to go get 3 stews so that we can put those on the bottom shelf, because I think it's only 3 stews you need for a shelf. There we go. And now we can put the cake up top just like this. Absolutely beautiful. An array of cakes all up top. And our meat sandwich, will that fit there too, or is there no more space? Okay, there's no more space, which is why we're gonna put it at the very last slot of this shelf. So let me go get all of our hearty stew, and we're also gonna have that face in the front, because customers want to see your best product. You gotta show your best up front. You gotta let the customers know that what you got is the best food in town. All right, you can fit 3 hearty stews per shelf as well. So I need 5 more, no, 4 more. There we go. All the hearty stew is up there, or at least enough that we need. And then the meat sandwich right there. Boom. Look at that. We are a 5,000 star restaurant right now, but we're gonna have to fill up all of these shelves with everything we have. So let me drop all the rest. To be honest, I think I might have made too much stew, because we already have this section here filled, and we have so much more stew. You know what? I actually might need a little bit more. We're just about full. I think every shelf is full except this last one right here. But look at this. We have enough stock to feed 10,000 customers. All right, there we go. Every single shelf in here is absolutely full with our best items in display right in the front. But now for our seating area, because a restaurant is not complete unless you can literally eat food here. Wait a second. I forgot one thing. We are gonna get rid of 3 shelves worth of food, and I'll show you guys why. But first, I have to figure out what to do with all this extra stew. No way, I have a genius idea. Hold up. All right, I think that's the maximum you can do. But we now have the world famous Leaning Tower of Stew. Look at the architecture on this thing. Can you believe this was built 3,000 years ago by the ancient Egyptologists? It's absolutely amazing. But that's not our only attraction, because we have Mount Stew, a mountain that was formed at least 2,000 years ago by the very old civilization that existed a few thousand years ago and makes things sound cooler. That civilization actually built this. I'm not even lying. All right, there is the frame for our restaurant. We're still not not done. But we have the huge carrot garden over here. Even a bunny who eats our revenue up like crazy. Nice little hedgerows blocking off the garden. And a storage room full of all the foods you could need. We got cakes and we have a alien meat sandwich for our very highest paying customers. This will cost you about 10,000 scrap per bite. We have all of our hearty stew, our regular stew, chicken legs, as well as steak. Now I did burn them all. As you can see, they're all almost black now, but they're still somewhat edible under FDA instruction. I don't know. They're probably edible, and if you die, just don't sue us. But because we're still not done, I need to make some torches. That is the one thing that I need for this base, because the torches are what make the restaurant look nice. We're gonna put one right here. We're gonna put one back here and one over here by the entrance. That looks pretty nice. That's some lighting up. We're also gonna put a couple in between the farm. It's like right here and right here. Looks very nice. But we do need more wood, so I'm gonna go get that. Wait a second. I have a way better idea for these tables. 10,000 times better for these tables. Instead of having these tables on the inside of the base like normal, this part right here could be our kitchen and also our farm, but the outside will be the dining area. Dining by a lake, or even right here with a lake view. I think we're gonna put our tables maybe on both sides that look cool. So we're gonna put the first one right here, then surround that with the 5 chairs, just like that. Then we'll have the second table right here and surround this with the stools. There we go. Okay. Actually, let me push in a couple of these stools. They look a little off. There we go. We have our seating done, and then we're gonna put some torches around here as well. One right here, one off to the side and the back, and then the same thing over here. I'm gonna go get more. We officially bought all our torches. Now we have to copy this same pattern where we have one right here and one right here. Looks very nice. Maybe I could push this back torch in a little bit. And then finally, our last 2 torches will go next to the door, just like this. So if you want to come to our restaurant, it is a no hostess restaurant because the game has no hostess stands. You can literally just sit down wherever you feel like. Table of 5 here, or table of 5 kids or adults, because these seats are quite modular with no back on them. We have our deluxe, fully stocked kitchen where we have all of the top 1 chef in the world cook here, which is me, because I am probably the best cook in the game at this point. Over here is where we play grow a garden, or aka make our stew. And then once our top chef in the world makes your food, he'll bring it out all the way over here to where you get to eat with the view of this massive base, as well as a lake view right here. Tree view, very, very rare. You don't find trees around this part of the woods. And this beautiful dynamic mood lighting by these torches that somehow never go out. Oh, also you get a very tiny shrub view, and we actually have this on the house. If you know somebody who just can't stop eating, we have a meal for them. Bam. They try to reach for some food, they're gonna regret it. But now let's actually start serving our food. We're gonna start with a cake breakfast because everybody eats breakfast for cake. Gonna have 1 slice per person, even though nobody eats here yet because I still am waiting to get approved by Yelp. There we go. That looks nice. Now those invisible people are gonna eat their dessert while I go get a main course for this table because they're a lot healthier. We're gonna get some of our fine sparkling hearty stew, as well as a steak and 2 chicken legs. Now I have to figure out how I'm gonna fit this on the table. There's our first chicken leg. Beautiful placement. Second chicken leg, not optimal. And here is our steak dinner. So we're gonna move that off to here. And now for the big meals of the hearty stew for whoever wants to eat 4,000 calories of soup. Gonna put that off to the side right there. Nope, that didn't work. This is gonna be the hardest one to get. Just gotta squeeze it on the table like this. There we go. And that is some beautiful shiny food. Your food shouldn't be shiny. You're probably gonna get radiation poisoning, but it does look nice. Can we season cake? No way, that's disgusting. Yo, who puts pepper on a cake? Yo, you're nasty, man. But hey, it does look very nice. But that is just the food part of the base. It is very beautiful, but we are not done because we have to deck out the rest of the base. These tents worth only $2,000 on the real estate market right now, so we have to change that. I also do want to take the time to tell you guys that we're stocking up storage on bandages and medkits for accidental slip-ups, and I repeat, not if someone gets food poisoning, because that never happens around here. But just in case someone does get food poisoning, we will be safe. So don't worry about that at all. The cake is totally fine. The shiningness is not 5G radiation, cell tower, anything like that. Okay, I think I might have to change a restaurant restaurant up a little bit. I did just get 2 more tables. All right, we just changed up the restaurant a little bit to look a little nicer. Look at this. Isn't this one of the best places to eat at in the world? And if you get attacked by a monstrous deer, you could just run inside our very secure base, where you get a backstage pass to the kitchen. Very nice. Just ignore the health equipment that we have over here. But now we can finally start with the rest of the base. So I'm gonna sort everything that I have. There we go. Everything is now sorted into categories, so we can start placing. Starting with all the beds that we have over here, of which I still don't have the giant bed. So actually, let me go get that real quick. I just need some wood. There we go. We got that now. So we gotta put it as little bedrooms for each of the kids. So blue bed goes for the Kraken kid. We're gonna take some of our bedroom stuff, like we have a bookshelf and two bookshelves, 2 nightstands. So I know exactly what we're gonna do for this. We're gonna put 1 nightstand right here, and then the other one just right here in case you need 2 nightstands. Now I know she likes to read, so what we're gonna do is place a bookshelf here and then place another bookshelf right here facing this one. So that way, if she wants to get the books, she's gonna have to pry and claw at this thing and try to move this 300-pound bookshelf just to get 1 book, which really shows the dedication of learning. We also have 3 green camping chairs, which I do need to add. We're gonna put them right back here, just like this, and then like this, and then this one, really nice placement like this. That way, all of the staff that work here will be able to get a 6.5-minute break for a 13-hour shift. And then after that, back to the 13-hour shift, and then it just repeats, because you actually can sleep in these bushes. You know, they may look a little bit pointy, but you can just deal with that. So that'll be good for our staff. And the koala kid will have to get the green bed because there's not really a bed that matches her color. We're also going to take our blue camping chairs and give that to the Kraken kid, where she'll have 3 different chairs to read at during the day. And these are actually angled so that when she's reading, she can actually have the sun in her eyes for much longer, because when you sit down here, the sun may move, so you change right here. That way the sun will prevent you from reading as long as possible. Just making it as difficult as possible so we can build some discipline. Then for the Squid Kid's tent, we're going to give him his 3 yellow chairs. We're going to give 2 right here and another one all the way over here in case he needs to go in timeout. And then the koala kid can also have 2 purple chairs, just like this. We also have some signposts, so we'll put that outside of each of the right places. We'll have our green signpost right by the farm, just like this, indicating the staff that they need to be working 13 hours per shift. Yellow signpost goes for Squid Kid, and blue signpost goes for Kraken Kid. We also have some pillows, so we're gonna put one inside of the Kraken Kid's tent, just so that she won't have to sleep on the little pad that she has there. And then the purple pillow will do the same thing here, and then the same thing right here, just in case she wears an extra long hat. But now we have a bunch of arches and fairy lights to work with. So we have this first arch, another one. We have 2 singles, 3 singles actually. Okay, perfect. So I think for the arch, we're gonna put that right in the doorway here. This one only has like yellow lights, it seems, because it's not the colorful variation. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this one back, and I think the colorful one should look a lot better. Yeah, that looks nicer. But then we're gonna add some of these to the tents, like this one to the Kraken Kid's tent. We're gonna add a few in the back of the Koala Kid's tent. Put the little singles right here, and then another arch right out in front. And these fairy lights, I guess we could put right by the entrance of the farm, just like that. And now lastly, let's place all of the flowers. So we have some blue flowers that'll go very nicely with the Kraken Kid's tent. Put some right here. We have some daisies. Put that by the Koala Kid's tent. We do have some sunflowers. That would look really nice in the farm. We only have 1, so we'll just put it back there. The lavender will also look pretty nice with the purple tent, so we'll put that right here. And lastly, we have a magnolia. We'll put that by right here. All right, the base is complete, so let's do the final tour. Out front, you will see our very nice restaurant, which is actually 6 stars rated by me. Over here, this table got a steak, chicken leg, and hearty stew. Very nice. This table got an alien meat sandwich, 10,000 scrap on the market right now. Steak and chicken leg. These people got hearty stews, steaks, and chicken legs. And these people really need to watch what they eat because they are eating 10,000 calories of cake right there. But if you haven't already noticed, we have our giant wood wall outside made completely of trees, defending us from pretty much all attackers that may come. Very light archway to enter. And right here, you'll see all of our utility. Very, very nice. But looking to the left, we have our very own carrot garden with the maximum amount of farm plots. With 2 of our most famous attractions right here. We have Mount Stew, made by an ancient civilization that I still don't know the name of, and the Leaning Tower of Stew, made by very, very ancient Egyptologists. When you head inside, you'll see our cook station right here, all of our farm plots, of course, with a bunny rabbit who is eating into all of my revenue, as well as storage for pretty much every kind of food that you could want. Very, very nice. Then over here, we have the Kraken Kids bedroom. Very, very nice, with a premium feature of impossible to reach books. Then we have the Dino Kids tent. Not gonna lie, the Dino Kid did get spoiled in this video a little bit. Then we have the Squid Kids tent, featuring a timeout chair all the way in the back. Then we have the Koala Kids tent, decked out with flowers, chairs, pillows, lavender, everything you could imagine. Here's all of my stuff that I forgot to pick up before doing the base tour. We also have our oil drill, putting it into the lake as normal so we can stock up on all of our oil without having it be in the middle of the base. And that is the entire ultimate food base. I think it is honestly one of the nicest food parts that I've built. Maybe not the nicest base overall, but I really do love this. This is really nice. We have all the food here, so much food. And this seating area that we have outside, definitely the best one that I've made so far. But let me know what you guys think of this base down in the comments. Rate it out of 10. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and click on this video right here. Because the fishing update is now here, I can build one of the coolest bases in the game. I'm gonna be building the biggest food base, where I'm gonna have 3 walls. One with the max level fire ring, the second where we have 5 torches expanding the base, and the third where we have 10 torches expanding the base, all with different types of food. Now you just saw it, but I have no idea what we're gonna do with this base yet. I'm not sure which food we're gonna put in which ring, but I do know it's gonna look very cool. Now I did just realize though, I'm playing the fisherman. Instead of playing the fisherman, I'm actually gonna play the farmer. That way we can get a ton more food, and that should be more efficient than just getting better fish. So let me quickly get fire level 3, and we're also gonna be getting all 4 kids for this base. Alright, fire level 3. Now I do need to go find a weapon before we go get the first kid, because I do want to be careful. I don't want to die. Or actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take all this coal, and this might be enough to get me to fire level 4. See if this works. Almost. Let me actually just get a bit more wood, and we can get level 4 fire pretty much right off the bat, and hopefully that'll help us find a weapon faster. Alright, there we go. Got 3 wood left over for a map as well. We're already doing pretty good. We're gonna build this base as fast as possible, giving us more time to make it really good. There we go. Okay, we got a rifle before even anything else, but this will be good enough to go get the first kid, and definitely the second kid. We just need enough ammo. Wait, whoa. I think they fixed it. The farmer used to not actually give you apple trees, but we just got an apple tree. Interesting. Okay, so I could pick the apples just like this by putting it in the sack, and I think you cut it down just like any other tree. So actually, that'll help us to get a bunch of apples. We could use that as part of our food. So we're just gonna start a little pile right here, and right now I'm just eating a bunch of morsels because I don't have any stable source of food yet. But let me get the good sack real quick, and now let's go get the first kid. Alright, first kid is safe. I'm also gonna get the good axe with the... Oh, interesting. Wait, why in the world would I trade for an old rod? I'm actually a little bit curious about that. There's like 17 of them back here. Yeah, I see them right there. They're all right here. I wonder, why does he trade them? That's interesting. Maybe in the future they won't have this building here. I'm not sure. But let me try to cut down this apple tree, see if it gives more wood or less wood. Yeah, it seems to be about the same wood. We got 3 right here, 3 right here, 3 and 3. Okay. Now for this base, I'm gonna have to get an absolute ton of scrap because we're gonna be using shelves to build our walls. And each of those, although they're only 2 scrap, it is still gonna be a lot of shelves. Alright, we just got level 5 fire. We also got a spear. So let me use that to go get the second kid. And I'm trying to think what we should do for this base. I'm thinking the inner ring should be the more rare foods because I'm not gonna have as many of them. And then the outer ring should be some just ridiculously easy. So I think the outer ring, what we should do is, because even we're playing the farmer class, the outer ring should be full of fruit or vegetables that you grow out of the ground. Don't think you can grow any fruits in this game yet. Actually, I can grow the apple because I'm the farmer, so we might put that in the outer ring as well. Well, it's a little difficult to get the second kid when all 4 of them are chasing you. So let me revive. All right, second kid is now safe. I do need more rifle ammo before I go get the third kid though. But we have a ton of wooden scrap, so let me upgrade the crafting bench twice, and then let me also start to get farm plots, which we're gonna be using these in these asterisk-like patterns. So right now it's in a plus sign, but you can plant, I don't know, like 10 of them on top of each other by doing it diagonally and very precisely, which will allow me to literally water like 10 farm plots all at once, making this way more efficient. And because I'm the farmer and I have the max level, every single farm plot will get me at least 1 pumpkin. So we're gonna have a very nice food source and also a lot of pumpkins for our wall. But in order to start the wall, we do need the level 6 fire. So let me get the sundial just so I know what time of day it is. We got a minute 40. I think I should just go out and loot, try to get some fuel, and then come back to the base. Okay, this is perfect. I just found chili seeds. I'm gonna pick those up. I'm also picking up all these fruits and vegetables, and the chilies will actually add a lot to our variety. Now, the one thing I do need to do better is that I haven't been picking up cakes, I've been eating them. So instead, we need to pick up the cakes and bring them back, and I'm wondering how many we can get. Got a bunch of fuel. Don't think this is enough for fire level 6 though. We're about halfway so far. All right, just got another farm plot. So we put it just like this, and we can put a bunch more when we have the wood for it. So let me actually go get more wood, and then we'll also replant the saplings. And while we're going out and getting scrap and fuel, we should have enough food for what we need. We only really need 20 farm plots and maybe a few other things. I'm not exactly sure yet. We're gonna have to think about that. All right, we already got some of our food to grow, but now I'm gonna start separating it. So pumpkins we'll put here, we'll pick up the apples and we'll put them over here, add our carrots right here, and corn off to the side. Now these are all most likely gonna be in the outer ring, and then I'll probably put fish on the middle ring because fish are decently easy to get. But as for the inner ring, I'm wondering what we can do. But let me just get some chilies real quick because I do see a bunch of them around me now. All right, there we go. Got 25 chilies, and I'm actually gonna go grab a few more. I also do want to get the berries. These are gonna be nice for the base. Put our berries off to a separate pile, and so far everything's going good. I just do need to go get more fuel. So let me also get a biofuel processor and a boost pad. I also just realized we do need to get the third kid. So we found the place by accident, but I do need to take care of these wolves too because I prefer life. Not having bite marks in your legs is actually a pretty cool feeling. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced it, but that's what I'm trying to do right now. Got the bear pelt, which will give us the final pelt trade, and an oil barrel. These are what we need right now. Got the strong axe too. That'll actually help us to get some wood. There we go. All right, we're back to the base. My fire is also about to go out, so it's a good thing we have fuel. Third kid is back at the base as well. Pelt trader also just showed up. That's perfect timing. And we have more apple trees as well. Let me get the iron armor. We need that right now. I'm getting close to dying quite a lot. All right, let's see. Do the apples just fall? Okay, they do. So you can just cut down the trees and the apples will be there. All right, we're about to hit fire level 6. I'm just gonna get a few of these carrots. We're gonna be growing a ton of them anyway, and that should get us to the max level. There we go. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut down all the trees we have right here and get a few more farm plots just so we can get our fruit up pretty quickly because we are gonna be filling up an entire level 10 torch wall with a bunch of vegetables and fruit. That's probably gonna take quite a lot, so it's always good to start as soon as possible. I'm also curious how many farm plots you can get in one spot. So let me craft 2 more, and with this will be 5. So there we go. There's 4 and there's 5. Use the watering can as well. And there we go. So now we need to build an entire wall made out of shelves around this circle, and then we'll make it bigger with torches. So one thing I just realized, the apples seem to be bugged. If you pick them up after chopping down a tree, they don't appear in your sack. There's nothing in here. And I'm not eating them too because my hunger bar is not going up. So for now, I'm just gonna eat and they don't even work. Okay, so don't just chop down the tree. Make sure you pick off the apples if you can. So in order to preserve the apples, I'm gonna plant these in a line like this. Not as a wall, but just to have them a little bit separate. But we do also have 50 more wood, which means we're gonna have a total of 10 farm plots now. So I wonder, can we plant all these? There's 6, there's 7, there's 8, there's 9, and there's 10. 10 farm plots in one. It almost looks like a circle now, but because I can water them all at the same time, it makes it a lot easier. But now let's make all of our shelves, which will actually be 30 old shelves already, and let's see if we can fill in this first wall. All right, we just placed all of them. That's 30 shelves, and we are close to being done. We have about 25% left to go. But now what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go get a bunch of scrap because we're gonna need about 60 for all 10 of our torches and also a ton more for the walls. So I'm gonna be looking for things like washing machines, tires, microwaves, and also the engines. And we will also make a crock pot. That way I can have food whenever we go out, but also for the wall, which might be what we make our inner wall. Inner wall will be stew, then we'll have fish, then we'll have fruits and vegetables. That actually might work. Or maybe the inner wall could be, I actually do have a few ideas now, because what are we gonna do about things like cooked meat and cooked steak, or cooked morsel and cooked steak? Not exactly sure, but at least I have ideas now. We also did get the morning stars, so not bad. All right, this is really good. We found a very big lake with the bones in it, and we also found the 4th kid's location. So let me see if we can get the 4th kid really quick. All right, this will be the last bear. Key fell right in there too, and we got the 4th kid and a mythic chest, and we got the riot shield. I don't think I I've ever actually used the riot shield other than just holding it out. Okay, this is not good. My flashlight just ran out of battery, and we're out in the very outer ring with a bunch of bears and the deer chasing me. I hear his footsteps, but I don't see him. We're also low on hunger, so I need to make it home as fast as possible. All right, we're back to base. I'm gonna eat a couple pumpkins. All right, fourth kid is safe, slightly over the apples, but that's fine. And our apple tree grew, so now let me grab all these by hand. There's also a few of them that seem to be in between. Yeah, right there. Okay, this is interesting. We got a bunch of our farm plots to grow. We also got a piece of cake. So let me put that off to the side. Let me grab all these pumpkins too. It's an insane amount of pumpkins. It's like 11 pumpkins in just one tiny spot. Insane. We're gonna have a lot of food. Grab all the corn as well. There were more pumpkins than corn. Then let me grab these 50,000 carrots. I'm also gonna use a few of these for some biofuel because we're gonna have a ton of them anyway. Let me also get this wood, and we're gonna see if we can build even more farm plots on top of the ones we already have. All right, we got 50 wood. Now I am gonna use half of it on building torches, or actually that was a little bit more than half, so that way we'll be ready for when we want to expand the base. So I'm gonna build 2 more farm plots, a bunch more shelves, which should definitely finish out the wall. Then we'll place our torches for the next wall. So let's see. All right, this will make 11, and this barely will make 12. Insane how you could just place all these right on top of each other. But now let's finish that wall. All right, this should be the last. Actually, I want to place 2 shelves just in case. I want there to be no gap. There we go. All right, the first wall is officially complete, and I do think we should make this inner wall full of maybe not stew. Actually, maybe the second layer could be I'm not sure what I want to do. Meat is insanely hard to get. This amount of meat, oh, is absolutely ridiculous. This is gonna be so hard to get. So the first wall, we're definitely making meat. We're gonna make it cooked morsel, steaks, and maybe even a few ribs if we go to get some mammoths. Now we have fish and fruits and vegetables left, and also stew. Now I'm thinking that the middle wall will make it full of fish. I think that would look pretty cool. And then the outer wall, we will make that of stew and vegetables and all that. So stew will actually be with the vegetables. And we also got another piece of cake because we have so many farm plots. It's actually coming by pretty quick. All right, so I'm gonna put my shelves off to the side, or at least the extra ones that we have. Then we're gonna place our 5 torches around the kids' tent. So 1 for each tent, and then we'll also put 1 behind the campfire. So now the new wall is gonna be out here with even more shelves filled with fish, which is probably gonna take an insane amount of time. I'm hoping maybe that sharks will take up an entire shelf. That would help a lot, but I guess we'll have to find out. All right, so I think what I want to do now is we're gonna go get our fishing rod to level 2. So I'm gonna use these fishing spots right here. Actually, you know what? I don't want to use this one. I want to use one that's further out and is a level 2 lake. That way we can get some salmon a lot faster, and although it might be a little bit harder, the XP is worth it just because the mackerel barely gives you anything. All right, here we go. This should be a level 2 lake. The color does look different. Yeah, there we go. We already got a hard one right off the bat, and I failed. There we go. Yeah, that's a ton of XP, so we just got to keep doing this. All right, so far we got 6 salmon, and also we're halfway to level 2. There we go. Our rod is ready for upgrade, so let's grab all this salmon, and then I think I'm gonna go out to the level 3 lake to try and get the strong rod as fast as possible. Put it in there, get the upgrade. All right, so let me drop off these salmon. We're not gonna be cooking them because if we cook the fish, they're all gonna be the same exact color. But now let's see, where is the 4th kid? I remember a lake being by where the 4th kid was held. Actually, don't see it. Okay, it might be right here, this bottom right. It is covered up by a chest a little bit. We're gonna have to go down to the bottom right. We also got more trees growing in, which means I think we'll be able to finish out our farm plots and make as many as you could possibly build. Okay, we're not there yet, but we have 4 more farm plots, which means this will bring us up to 16 in one spot if we can get them all placed, which it seems like we'll be able to. There we go. It is insane how many of these you could place on top of each other. But now let me head down to where the 4th kid was kept, and let's fish in that lake. Got another piece of cake, and here's the lake that I was looking for. So let's see what we can get. I'm thinking the swordfish shouldn't be too difficult. It might be just as difficult as the salmon was with the old rod. Okay, this is actually pretty easy. Hold up. Okay, it was a cultist gem. Nothing crazy. All right, now we got something going. That's the sword. Oh, dude. That gave me like a third of my XP. That is insane. All right, we got another one coming right here. All right, 1 more fish and we'll get the strong rod. All right, should be it. There we go. Rod is ready for upgrade. Let me take all this stuff back to the base. Okay, this is insane. This is just an insane amount of food. Now I'm gonna let it go by maybe a couple more days. That way they should actually, no, we're gonna do that later. I want to have all of them be in sync so that we have everything grow all at once. So for now, let's actually harvest all this. And in order to make a bunch of stew, I actually have a plan for that. I just need the materials to make the crock pot. It is insane how many pumpkins we have. We're starting to have more pumpkins than anything else. All right, let me go upgrade our rod. And then for today, we're gonna get some more wood just so that we can get the final farm plots that we need. And then we'll go back to fish some more for all the fish we're gonna need. We're gonna need an absolutely insane amount of fish, while also getting some wolves on the way, maybe even bears, and maybe even mammoths. That might be the most worth it because mammoths are kind of easy to take down if you know what you're doing. And they do give a ton of food, but we'll see. I would like the tactical shotgun. That would help me a ton right now. But then again, the ammo is expensive, so I don't know. Okay, this will be enough to make all 20 farm plots. And we're gonna see. I'm assuming this will work. Place all of them. Yep, there's a spot right there, just barely. Try right here. Yep, there we go. And let's see. This might be a little difficult, but I do see it. So there we go. And there is all 20 farm plots in one place. So I'm just gonna water all of them. And then I'm gonna wait a few days to even harvest it. That way they'll all be on the same schedule. So we'll just have a ton of stuff growing all at once, harvest it, and then repeat. So now what I want to do is I want to head out and actually get more scrap. We'll have that for our wall, but also to make the crock pot, because we do want to start making stews as soon as possible. Okay, this is good. We got 2 bases and a water tower right next to each other. That's gonna be a lot of scrap, but first let me try to get my stuff without dying. There's so many animals around here right now. Now I could just snipe down at the crossbow guy, because he's actually the most dangerous. His aim is insane. I have no idea why they made the aim so incredibly crazy on this guy, because it used to be worse, but probably a while ago they made it better. Oh, you've got... Dude, what in the world was... That was Batman? Alright, take 2 to go get my stuff. Alright, I have to be careful. I'm gonna try to take these guys out one by... And there's a bear. Alright, I think I took out everybody. There's another wolf that just spawned, though. Alright, that should be everybody. I'm gonna check up on the roof just in case. Alright, there's one more guy off to the side, but at least he's not on the roof. 2 guys, okay. Got 1. Okay, I'm out of rifle bullets. This is not good, but I do have the things that are trying to chase after me inside of the base. So we'll just take that and we'll take all our stuff. I do need food right now, though, so I'm gonna take a med kit and eat some raw food. All right, let me just get the last 2 chests and we'll actually have a ton of stuff. Now let me get the water tower, because this always has good stuff. Nothing here on the bottom. We did get a microwave and oil barrel, though. All right, I'm gonna quickly loot this base, which is pretty easy, because all you gotta do is get the stuff on the bottom just by running through, and then when you manage to parkour up top, no one can get to you. I do really badly need some food, though. Insanely badly. So I'm gonna take my morning star and we're gonna go get an alpha wolf really fast and eat the raw steak. Okay, now I'm heading back to the base. This is a little dangerous to still be out, but furniture trader's here too, so let me grab these coins and then see what we can get. We can add a little bit to our base. Let's see what he's got. We're gonna get our rainbow fish lounger, we're gonna get the snowman and the icy throne. Then we'll get some flowers that'll help make the base look nice, and then we got the flowers. We'll also get the hedgerows, because it is a food base, so the hedgerows will look nice around the farm, even though the farm is tiny. So I wonder how we're even gonna use those. All right, we got 95 scrap, so that'll get us the crock pot. We just need a little bit of wood. All right, we got enough wood. Now I want to show you guys something interesting that I saw in a YouTube short. If I put my crock pot right here, then we build 4 wood rain storages and put them around just like this, pretty much touching the crock pot, just like this. This looks pretty good. We can now take an absolute insane amount of carrots, and instead of having to wait for our stew to cook, we could just drop all of the carrots into here, and it'll continue to make stews pretty slowly, because usually you have to take out the stew to do it faster, but it will still cook them pretty much automatically. So we're just gonna shove all of our carrots into there. All right, we got a bunch of carrots in here, so that'll just start making us stews, of the which it's already made us 2. All right, now that we got our crock pot going, let's make the second layer wall. So we're gonna craft as many shelves as we can, and then we're also gonna pick up the leftover ones we have, and I'm assuming we might be able to finish half of it. So let's start from right here and then work our way clockwise. Okay, I messed up a little bit right here, so I'm gonna instead go the other way, and then we'll eventually get a hammer to fix that. All right, so we have a little gap right here, but it shouldn't really matter too much. I just don't want to curve it inwards right here, because then that just leaves a wall in between it. It's like a secondary mini wall for this lake, but we're just gonna keep going. All right, here's our last shelf, and with that, we'll actually have finished more than half of the second wall. I just need the hammer to fix this little mistake right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go get more scrap so we can finish the second wall, and then we'll finish the third wall, or at least that's what I'm planning on doing, and then we'll start getting meat for that inner wall, because the inner wall is gonna be the hardest. Getting meat is not easy. It takes a lot of ammo, or if I use the morning star, I should be able to get a lot of steak from wolves. I also got a mythic chest right here. We will take that. All right, thorn armor isn't bad. We'll take that. All right, we're running out of area to look for scrap, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the winter biome, make some bunny ears, because we already have 2 bunny feet, and then we'll get scrap over here, which should be slightly easier. Actually, I might as well just get the Arctic fox bell. I just got 2 already. Now it's 3. All right, we got 3 pretty fast, so let me go make that, and then getting scrap actually should be easy out here. There we go. We reached day 99 in 1 minute less than 2 hours. So we got a little bit longer to go until we can finally get this base finished. Just doing a ton of preparation right now. We have 130 scrap. This should be good enough to definitely finish the second wall and also get a huge portion of the last wall done. I have no idea how many shelves I have. 130 shelves though should be about 65 shelves. And there we go. Second wall is complete. But before we build the third wall, I do need to make more torches. So we're gonna have to go get a little bit more scrap. But then we can start filling this thing out with as much food as possible. All right, we've waited quite a few days for our farm. So now let's finally harvest it. And all 20 farm plots should be synced up. So we got 17 pieces of corn, probably 20 pumpkins. Yeah, there we go. Exactly 20. It's an insane amount. Got a piece of cake, extra piece of corn that I didn't get. And now an absolute insane amount of carrots, which we're gonna drop both a little bit into the fire to get that up and also into the stew maker. All right, fire is about max. And then let's just keep dropping these in here. All right, this looks pretty good. Starting to even cover up the crock pot a little bit, but we'll let that go. And now I think the best thing to do is to go... Actually, you know what? We're gonna fish a little bit right here. With the strong rod, it probably is gonna be really easy. That way we can get a ton of fish for this second row because there's no way I'm filling the entire second row with sharks. That is insanely hard. No way. I got a clownfish the first try. That's insanely rare, is it not? Yeah, I got a mackerel the second try. I guess if I keep fishing, I'll tell whether or not the clownfish first try is rare. It seems to be insanely rare. Okay, that's interesting. I got 2 clownfish now. And although I'm getting mostly mackerel, I do think that the 2 clownfish is insanely rare. What in the world? Yo, I just got a swordfish out of here. I have no idea how rare that is. Actually, you know what? It might actually be worth to fish out by where the 4th kid was because that's a level 3 lake. And I'm thinking if I put mackerel here, how many can I fit? 6 mackerel per shelf. But a swordfish, I actually don't know that. I actually have no idea to tell. But I do think I might be able to fit less swordfish per shelf, which should fill up the shelves faster. But for now, let's take all of our fish and we'll put them over here. All right, I seem to have messed up the timing for our fruit to grow, or maybe there is no way to sync it up because now it seems like it's not synced up, but we'll still harvest it anyway. All right, this is actually starting to lag me out a little bit. It's about full, pretty close to being full, but I think I'm just gonna let that sit for a while because it is starting to lag me a little bit. Now let me go out and get some more scrap, which we'll need for some torches. All right, we're back to the base. I'm starting to run a little bit low on scrap, or at least areas to find scrap, but we can make our last 5 torches and even more shelves, so that's good. So now let's place our torches, 1 more behind the crafting bench, and then 1 more for each of the kids' tents. All right, so now let me pick up, I'm gonna just pick up half of these, and then now we have the room to make the final wall for the base. Now the 10 torch wall works a little weird because I can only build out this far, but it does say I have more room, so we'll have to build just as close as we can to the edge. All right, with this we finished just about half of the wall. So now let's pick up the rest of our shelves and see what we can do. This does give me confidence though because we are running a little bit low on scrap, but we're almost done. All right, with this we actually don't have much left, maybe 30% of the wall left to create, and then we can start filling it in. But let me also get some more food because dude, I have no idea just how much corn and pumpkins and carrots we're gonna need for that final wall. I'm also gonna start putting off my carrots to the side. Maybe we could fill up a few shelves with these as well because our stew maker is just full right now and I don't want to lag us out. Actually, it's not that full anymore, but I don't want to make it full again. All right, I'm gonna head out today to get what should be the last bit of scrap that we need. But let me actually grab some food first. I don't want to starve. You know what? In order to get a little bit more scrap, I'm gonna take out the first level stronghold. That way we get the cultist prototype and maybe even the experiment, but I know we at least get 2 of whichever ones it gives me. So let's actually do that. Shouldn't be too difficult, especially with the morning star. And there we go. So we got a prototype, an experiment, gem of the forest fragment, 2 cultist gems, and now we got the mythic chest. Hoping for a tactical shotgun because that will help us to get... There we go. Okay, perfect. Actually, that will help us to get a ton of meat. I'm actually gonna start bringing back some as well. I think the first places that I want to go check are the places where the kids were held because there should be just a ton of meat right there. All right, the stew maker is starting to go down a bit, so I'm gonna just put these carrots off to the side, and then we'll pick up all the stew, of which I have no idea how much is in here. It is a lot. All right, just start dropping these, and there we go. Probably doubled or even more this pile right here. All right, so let's take the scrap that we have. We'll build almost as many shelves as we can just so we don't waste, and let's see if we can finish this 3rd wall. Then we'll just go get as much meat as we possibly can with a new tactical shotgun shotgun we got. All right, I'm glad we didn't build too many shelves because now I only have one extra and all 3 walls are done. So now we're gonna have to fill these up like crazy. We're gonna start with the inner wall. We're gonna leave everything else and just start with the inner wall with meat. So let me start by putting some cooked morsel right here, and then we'll put some cooked steak right here, and then we'll work the steak this way and the cooked morsel this way. Dude, it is just insane. We have a mountain of pumpkins over here. I'm just eating pumpkins for food right now. All right, I got my tactical shotgun. Don't know how many shots. Okay, we got the owl too. That's not good. I'm also about to die, and I don't have any heals on me, so I'm gonna have to be very careful with how I hand. And I'm dead. All right, we got a bunch of food. I think we also got 2 polar bear pelts. We got one here, and I think another one from the polar bear we killed earlier. Just need to find that. We also have more meat here, so I'm gonna remember to come get that. But for now, I think what we can do is make the polar bear helmet. Yep, we should be good to do so. There we go. Now I'm gonna try to kill a mammoth and see if that is worth it. All right, let's see how this goes. It will give us a few ribs when we kill the mammoth as well. All right, there we go. We got actually a bunch of steak, but I don't think that's worth it because although the steak does give you more hunger, we're just trying to fill the shelves right now. Okay, this is perfect. We got a fishing spot right here. So what I'm gonna do is keep backing out of it until we get a shark, and that way we could see how many sharks will fit on a shelf. All right, we got our first one. We also did just get the old boot, so we'll take that, but I did forget the shark thing. So although I'm kind of glad we got the old boot, I do need to get sharks. All right, we got all the meat here. There might be a bit more back here. Okay, perfect. All right, let me start sorting some of this meat that we have. Gonna try to grab all the morsels and then just place them on the shelves. But we have so much stuff right here, and I think we could fit about 4 morsels per shelf. Yeah, okay, so it's not dropping anymore, which is actually pretty good because morsels are easier to get than steaks, and actually less of them go on each shelf. All right, this is what we have so far. Almost 3 shelves of steak. We had a little bit of ribs on there, but one of them fell off, and a ton of cooked morsels. So we're not halfway done, but I think we're about 25, maybe 30% done. So this is gonna be a little difficult. So now let me see if I can find the location where the 3rd kid was kept. Here was the 1st, I think here was the 2nd, but I don't see the 3rd, and that's not a good sign. Okay, the meat is now starting to fall like it's moon gravity. I think we have so many pieces of things like the vegetables back at the base that we're starting to lag out the game. Oh yeah, this is not looking good. This is not good. Okay, this is pretty bad. All right, we got some meat pretty fast. We're also gonna grab this scrap because I'm thinking for fishing we might as well make a teleporter, because I do think although it'll take a lot of scrap, it'll be worth our time to do it, because then we'll be able to go back and forth between fishing a lot faster and even bring the fish back to base a lot quicker. So let's see, we have 36 scrap right now. We can get a crafting bench 4. To get 2 teleporters we need 50 scrap and 30 wood. The wood is very easy. We have a bunch laying right here, so we're gonna get that very fast, but the scrap is what I'm worried about because we were already low earlier. But I do think that just from fishing we can get some scrap anyway, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go fish, and then the scrap that we get or maybe even find while doing other things, we'll use that for the teleporter. All right, I'm lagging a very decent amount now. Everything's moving really slowly, so in order to combat that, we're gonna start placing our fruit and our vegetables, and I'm assuming that should make it less laggy when stuff is on the shelf. All right, we got the last of the pumpkins, and so far we already have all of this. Let me just fill up this last little bit. There we go. Oh wait, I forgot, we have more growing over here, so let me grab these 2. All right, now this is all the pumpkins we have. It's an insane amount. Seriously, it's insane. Now one of these shelves right here, it wouldn't let me put 9, and I think these ones also might have done the same thing, but we have just, I don't even know how many this is. So now let's start with putting our stews as well. Now these are going to be a little bit more difficult because they're in your inventory, not in your sack, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave extra room for a lot more pumpkins. We're going to start right over here with our stews. All right, there's all of our stews. We also have an insane amount of those. Now we're going to start with our corn, and this is just a ridiculous amount as well. So we're going to leave a gap for some stew. We're going to start right here. Now it takes a lot more corn to fill up a shelf, so the corn shouldn't take up too much space. Okay, this is interesting. This shelf did not want to take a lot of them, and I think this is helping the lag. It seems to be everything's moving a lot faster now, probably because there's less collision. Everything's just resting on the shelf. All right, I have 6 more pieces of corn, and although we do have some shelves that aren't taking as much corn as others, this is what we have so far. So now it's, wait, hold up, I just realized I almost finished the entire circle with all this. Where in the world are we gonna put carrots? Maybe instead of these gaps being for extra fruits, we could just fill them in with carrots, because wow, okay, that was pretty fast. So let's go ahead and do that. I also didn't place any apples or chili peppers yet, so I'm just gonna place a few carrot over in this section, then we're gonna go place our chili peppers and our apples as well. All right, let's grab our apples and we'll do these first. We're gonna put them on this edge of the stews. All right, we have 2 extra, but we're just gonna go ahead and eat these to make it look nice and perfect. Now the chili chilies, we're gonna place over here, not next to the apples, just because they do have a very similar color, and I don't think this shelf is even usable. Yeah, this shelf isn't even usable. Hold up. Can't place any chilies. I think I placed one chili on there, or maybe it just fell on there, because I can't even use that shelf. So we're gonna start over here then. Wait, hold up. I don't think it's a shelf problem. I think it's all the shelves problems. I don't think you could place chili. Okay, guess you can't do that. That's I have no idea why that's a thing. So we're just gonna keep these over here, because I do have a bunch. But as for the cake that we have, I'm gonna put these onto a shelf in the inner ring. So we're gonna move this morsel shelf off to one other shelf, and then have this be for the cake. All right, this should fill up the corn shelves. There we go. Okay, so we're done with the corn. All these shelves should be full, and the rest we're just gonna keep off to the side right here for extra food. Now let me start placing our fish. I'm wondering just how hard it's gonna be to get the fish row filled up, because that might take a very long time. So we'll start with the mackerels right here, and it does seem like the mackerels are very inefficient for filling the shelves, but it does look nice. Oh, I also realized we have berries. I'm gonna try to fill in a shelf with these berries. We'll do that right next to the corn right here, but I don't think you could put them on shelves. I think berries and chilies alike doesn't seem like you put them on shelves. Okay, so that's good to know, but also kind of sucks. Wait, hold up. Okay, no, you can place them. They just roll off like, okay. Let me pick up the ones that aren't on the shelf. There we go. And then we'll just place these and hope they don't fall off. Okay, these just keep falling off over and over and over. Interesting. I'm gonna try to just drop them on the top shelf, and then we'll call these two the berry shelves. All right, there we go. We got them on top. These are our berry shelves. Let me put one more on top like this. There we go. Still haven't gotten the hammer to fix that one shelf, so let me go do that. It is nighttime, so I should probably learn from my lesson and do that as soon as it's morning. But now let's take the carrots that we have and fill out the very outer rim to the brim, and it is not slim. Wait, hold up. We perfectly have enough cake to fill an entire shelf of it. That is pretty nice. All right, I think absolutely everything on the outer shelf is filled except for two shelves right here, which we're gonna fill with pumpkins, and then this stew shelf, which we only need 7 more stews for. So let's just go ahead and put these carrots in here, get some stews, which might be enough by now. Should be enough. And there we go. Okay, this is full. So now we just need some more pumpkins, but we'll get those pretty easily. So for now, we're just gonna take all the rest of our fruits and shove it in the stew maker, because why not? Actually, I'm gonna take all of these and shove it into the stew maker, because then that should be enough stew for the probably rest of the run, and if not, we'll grow more. And then all these carrots that are on the floor over here, we're just gonna eat those. I'm gonna have the best eyesight. I'm gonna have 2017 vision, and hopefully then we can do some better fishing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the opposite side of where the mackerels are and just fill it up with sword. Okay, this is just as hard as mackerels. I think it might be more worth it to get mackerels then, but we'll see. Maybe the salmon have a better filling of the shelf effect. So we're gonna go quite a bit away over here and fill the salmon over here, which also have the same filling the shelf effect. Okay, that is interesting. We might be fishing for a very long time. We're gonna keep all these fish off to the side though, because we don't have enough to fill a shelf yet. Now I'm curious about the shark. Are the sharks gonna be what saves us? Let's put them over here. Actually, let me do it without the log. Okay, the sharks are good. They take up 3 per shelf, or 2 where we got lucky down here. You know what? This is gonna take some time, but we're switching it up, and I have to do this or this will take an abysmal amount of time. We are gonna have the first layer be fish and the second layer be meat, because fish are very hard to get, and if we have fish be the second layer, we might be here for an insanely long time. And I'm also a little worried about disconnecting. I do not want to disconnect with what we have so far. This is taking me an insane amount of time. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all of our mackerel and we're just gonna move it 1 shelf inward, and then we're gonna do something similar with all the meat. So it shouldn't take me a ridiculous amount of time, but we absolutely do have to do this. It would be an insane amount of fish to put it on the second layer. But now that we have our pumpkins grown in, this will finish the outer wall, or at least I'm 99% sure. Let me look. Yeah, all right, this will finish the outer wall, and there we go. Very nice. So now the rest of the vegetables we could just have for extra food. All right, I just got a bunch of stuff, and I also have an idea. In order to make the raids easier, we're gonna make a door so that hopefully the cultists will all come through the door. So let's open it right here where this shelf doesn't really hold that many mackerel, and then we'll keep going straight through. So let's take our hammer and make a doorway through each thing. There we go. And let me also fix this shelf back here, which is crooked. I still haven't done that, but now we have. All right, I just got a bunch of scrap, and I'm thinking this should be enough for 2 teleporters. Yeah, definitely enough. So let's build one right here, and then we'll build the other one by the lake. All right, it's turning nighttime, so we'll just teleport back. There we go. And then we'll put our swordfish up here. We'll get ready our boost pad, and then we'll go check out the ice fishing holes, because if we can fish there and it'll be faster, that will save a lot of time. All right, we got a bunch of fish. I'm also out of sprint, but we're gonna see how these fish will fit on the shelf. shelves, because if they don't fit very well, then I guess we're not gonna get too many of them. So we'll put some of them back here. Yep, just exactly the same. Put them right next to the chars. Nope, just about the same. Okay, so I might go get some more eels and chars just to fill up a few shelves, but other than that, I guess we just gotta keep getting regular fish. Just gonna be an insane grind. But because we have the teleporter, we can go out at pretty much any time of night and just start fishing. All right, so far here's what we got. We got a decent bit of fish at the front. We got some salmon back there, some chars and 2 eels, and some sharks right here. So what I'm thinking is that because we're gonna get so many mackerels, we're gonna move these sharks closer to back here. But the meat is coming together very easily. I can just go out and anger a bunch of wolves, and then that should be pretty easy. But the fish, man, this is gonna be a grind. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a short time lapse right now of getting all the meat that we need, and then we'll check back in and probably do a time lapse of all the fish that we need, which is gonna take a long time. So time lapse starting now. Alright, we're back at the base. I'm almost at 6 hours into recording now. We're at 5 hours, 56 minutes, and we finally have what seems to be enough to finish the second wall. So let's go see. I have 8 steaks. Should definitely finish this shelf. There we go. And then for the morsels, we definitely have enough. And there we go. The entire second wall is now full. It's like, I would say 80%, maybe 75% morsels and 25% steak. But regardless, it is done. So now we have to go do an insane amount of fishing. Let me make sure I have a bunch of stew. And while it's nighttime, what I'm gonna do is fish right next to the base. So like right here we have a pond, and then we also have the fishing building pond right over here, which sometimes has the fishing spots that'll help me do this a lot faster. But there's also the fact that the deer spawns on you, so maybe we're just gonna use this one over here. But I've got to do one final time lapse to finish this video. So here's the time lapse of me getting all the fish starting now. This is the last fish that I need. One more mackerel and we're good. There we go. Pick up all them. We're gonna put the salmon over here because we only need one last salmon. Then we're gonna finish out this shelf with the mackerel and we are done. We have maybe 65% of this just being straight up mackerel. Then we have our cake shelf, which we kept on the inner ring. We have our chars and our eels. We also need to reorganize this shelf because for some reason the clownfish don't fit together too tightly. All right, there we go. We have our rarer fish shelf right here, 3 jellyfish, bunch of clownfish, and 3 old boots. We have our shark shelf with 9 sharks, bunch of salmon, bunch of swordfish, and back to the mackerels. We are finally done with all this food. And you want to guess how long I've been recording? 9 hours now. It is absolutely insane. I think this project will come close or even surpass the chopping down every single tree in the map video, just based on time. So let me take all these stews. I'm gonna eat a few of them just to waste them because we have a bunch. Or actually, maybe I should keep a few more because we need to start placing furniture now. But before then, let me get the fire up to a higher threshold just because I do not want to have a hungry deer out of the middle of nowhere. All right, that's good enough. So now let's use our defensive blueprints. We'll put these at the entrance. We'll put it closer to the back right here. We don't want to ruin the look of the front. All right, there we go. Now let's start adding our furniture. And this is going to be difficult. We have a lot of furniture. Let me drop all my other stuff back here though, just so that we have more room in our inventory. We also do have another defensive blueprint, so let me put this down. All right, pretty much anyone who comes in here is dead. Then we're going to design a exclusive, and I mean exclusive, because this is the most expensive restaurant in 99 Nights in the Forest. I don't think think anybody's as crazy enough as me to do this. So let's build a very nice exclusive restaurant for whoever wants to pay $20,000 a second to eat here. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's make it a table for 3 or a table for 4. Hold up. Where's he at? Where's Kevin? There he is. All right. We actually have a table so exclusive that you, as the main person who's paying for the check, you get to sit in this seat, Kevin's own seat. And yes, Kevin will be dining with you, and he will stare at you blankly the entire time while you eat your food, and he will judge you if you don't leave a tip. So leave a tip. So we're gonna put a hedgerow right here. Actually, you know what? Let's put more hedgerows over here just before we run out. That way you are very private from the angry customers who don't know what they're talking about, and also don't look up our restaurant on Yelp. I don't know, Yelp must be broken or something. People keep saying something about dying from the food, poisonous, non-cooked fish. I don't know what they're talking about. Then we'll use some trellises just like that, and for the opening we'll use some fences with some moss on them for extra flavor and also a hint of poison. We'll cut this one in a little bit just so that we can use more of them. All right, here is the entrance to our restaurant. Very private, very exclusive. Kevin actually works here all day. I don't pay him, but if you want to get in, you're gonna have to pay $20,000 a second, I'm pretty sure. So let's put a fairy light arch right here. That way you have a nice entrance into the restaurant, and as you are literally dying to death, we'll put a fairy light arch right here just to make your death a little bit more enjoyable, and then a fairy light arch right here for our guests who actually know how to avoid the trap, which is pretty much nobody. Now what I want to do is I want to take all the rugs that we have and actually use them as part of the restaurant's design. So we're gonna have to find all of them. All right, so we have 3 purple rugs and 3 blue rugs. So I think what we could do is a alternating pattern going from blue to purple to blue in this area right here. That way you're not necessarily eating on carpet unless you're unlucky enough to not be paying for the meal, so you do get the carpet seat. And the red rug, oh dude, this is the red carpet. If you eat here, you are wealthy enough to walk on red carpet, my good sir. Whoever you are, madam, sir, if you have money, I will happily make some poisonous food for you that hopefully you won't sue me over with your 15,000 lawyers. We'll also put a green signpost here for poison, and then back here we'll add all of our bean bags as a relaxation area where you can digest your food properly while you are relaxing listening to the stock market. Now I have no idea how one listens to the stock market, but I'm not rich enough to do that. That's my customer's job. I also just found another red rug, so we're gonna have the red carpet be even longer into the fire because rich people are fire resistant. Don't ask me how I know that. And with that, that's all the furniture I want to place. The rest we'll just toss off in that lake. Our table here, we have a few appetizers, not the entrees. 2 pieces of chicken, because I'm just calling this chicken. 2 pieces of sushi, technically it is raw fish. And then 2 pieces of chili for if you want to literally die by mouth fire. Now we actually have our first group of customers making their way over to this base. So I do have to do well at impressing them. So let's see, I think they're coming in. All right, here's our first customer who's literally a Martian. Bro is jumping in slow motion. All right, sir, come in this way. I would actually like to show you your table back here. Sir, why are you sleeping? All right, well, fine. You go to another restaurant then. All right, well, you know what? We have more customers begging to come in. They're literally breaking down the walls to come in. Come right this way, my good sir. What's your name? Kevin? Oh, okay. I have actually a pretty cool person that I think you should meet. All right, right this way, my good sir. Don't mind the guy who's sleeping. He's pretty... All right, this is not funny anymore. I think they know each other. But let me see. There should be one more guy over here. Even though he was shooting at me, I do think that all people deserve second chances. So come over here, sir. I have... Okay, you know what? You don't want to follow me? I see how it is, man. It's pretty rude. This guy over here, though, his name is actually Kevon. So he's actually going to have a really good time with Kevin. I think they'll have a very nice conversation about something about politics. So well, apparently everybody's sleep deprived. I have no idea why. It's not like I've been staying up for almost 2 years straight in this game. All right, he's finally following me. Sir, I promise you, the food is good. And apparently, our entryway is so good that everyone likes taking naps. Then follow me, my good sir. Do not eat the food. Don't stop eating the food, sir. You haven't paid for that. Sir, eat the food. This is not a robbery. Eat the... You know, wait, why am I telling him to eat the food? You know what? Fine. I have to defend myself. All right, now that our customers have been dealt with, very, very rude, by the way, I do want to do one last thing. This base looks pretty nice from the outside. You know, we have a ton of corn and all that, but it doesn't really showcase the inner beauty. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna get rid of a lot of these corn shelves. So we're just gonna eat the corn, which will clear up space for other things that I want to put in here. So we're gonna go out to 3 shelves on each side. Get the 3rd shelf over here. And now let's start adding a bunch of color and vibrance to it. So we're gonna get stuff like the mackerels for a shelf. And now we have a much, much better looking entrance. We have a whole vibrant range of colors right here. Very light archway entering into the base. Very, very nice. This took an insanely long amount of time. We are now at 9.5 hours. So let's do the base tour. All right, entering in here, we have our very own fairy light archway, welcoming guests into our restaurant or our food base. We have mackerels, swordfish, salmon, corn, apples, and pumpkins all displaying out front. Then on the inner wall, we have a bunch of steaks, no idea the count. We have a bunch of ribs that don't really fit in the shelves that well. I don't know how many actually fits in a shelf, but I did not get enough to do that probably. Then over here, we have our cooked morsels, which go out pretty much all the way around, as we didn't find as much steak as we did morsels. But coming into this third layer, don't step in here like the people who like taking naps, but come to the side and see our beautiful array of fish, of the which we have way too many mackerels. And speaking of mackerels, pretty much all of these mackerels came out of this pond. If you're asking how they all fit in here, I don't know either. Then over here we have our cake shelf, which I actually had too many cakes, so I had to put more on top. Then we have our chars and our eels. The eels are very expensive because they kill you. We make you sign a waiver signing over all of your assets over to us because we want your money. Then we have our rarer fish, same thing for the jellyfish, by the way. You have to sign a different waiver, but same thing. Then we have our clownfish and our old boots, which are our most chewy option on the menu. If you want to order that, you can get some real flavor out of it. Then we have 9 sharks, bunch of salmon. Salmon's actually pretty common. You must be poor if you eat salmon. Only real rich people die by eating electric eels. Then we have our swordfish. They will cut your throat the second you eat them. Very, very expensive. And now let's go into the base the right way by jumping over the shelf. Over here, we have our farm plus our industrial cooker, where we have cooked so many different stews just by plopping a bunch of carrots in here with our sack. 20 farm plots all at the same place. Very nice, very industrial. We got our teleporter to the level 3 lake, boost pad that we used, camping chairs if you want to sit by the fire, 4 kids tent, as well as the fact that we are also insanely rich with 9 forest gems and 39 cultist gems. But for our very VIP guests, aka Kevin, we have the red carpet laid out with a sign letting you know that this is red carpet just in case you can't see with your eyes. Coming in here, we have our restaurant with flowers, a purple and blue hangout area just in case you don't feel like eating but feel like hanging out. Then right here, and I do want to warn you, this is one of the most important parts about the entire base, so keep it calm, okay? I don't want to seem weird in front of him. This is Kevin, our very VIP, VVIP, very important person who will eat with you if you spend $20,000 a second at a restaurant. And yes, I do know that price is a little cheap, but I promise you this is the real Kevin. And with that, that is our entire biggest food base. This took a ridiculous amount of time. I don't know why I did this. Hopefully you guys like it. And we just made it to almost day 600 with no beds. So that's insane. But thanks for watching. Subscribe and click on this video right here.